Imagine you're walking down the street and you see someone pick up a coffee cup, but instead of using their hand, they taste it first. Through their palm. Then their arm changes color to match the cup. And oh, they have 8 arms, 3 hearts, and their brain is basically split into 9 pieces scattered across their body. That's just a Tuesday for an octopus. These things are not like us. They're not even like most animals. And the more scientists study them, the more they realize octopuses might be the closest thing to alien intelligence that has ever existed on this planet. But here's the wild part. They didn't evolve from anything near us. The last common ancestor between a human and an octopus was some tiny flat worm that lived over 700 million years ago. That's before fish, before dinosaurs, before almost everything. And yet somehow they developed eyes almost identical to ours. Complex problem solving, personalities, the ability to play, to recognize individual human faces. To open jars, escape tanks, sneak into neighboring aquariums at night to steal fish and sneak back before morning. That actually happened. In New Zealand, Google it. So how did something so far removed from us end up so smart? Let's talk about the brain situation first because it's genuinely bizarre. Octopuses have 9 brains. 1 central brain and then 1 small brain in each of their 8 arms. Those arms can think, feel, and react completely on their own without asking the central brain for permission. If you cut off an octopus arm, that arm will keep responding to touch and trying to bring food to where the mouth used to be. For up to an hour, the arms are not just limbs, they are semi-independent creatures attached to a body. And the central brain, it doesn't micromanage. It gives general commands, go explore over there, grab that thing, and the arms figure out the how. Scientists think this is partly why octopuses are so fast and fluid. There's no bottleneck, no waiting for instructions to travel up the chain of command. Compare that to us. Every single movement you make goes up to your brain and back down. The octopus skips most of that. Now let's talk about skin. An octopus can change color in 200 milliseconds. That's faster than the blink of an eye. They can also change texture, going from smooth to spiky to bumpy in less than a second. They can mimic rocks, coral, sand, other animals. One species, the mimic octopus, has been documented impersonating lionfish, flatfish, and sea snakes, switching between them depending on what predator is nearby. Here's the thing that should break your brain though, octopuses are colorblind. Most species only have 1 type of photoreceptor. In theory, they cannot distinguish between colors, and yet they match colors almost perfectly. Scientists still don't fully understand this. One theory is that their pupils, those weird W-shaped slits, might work like a natural filter that lets them extract color information from light in a completely different way than we do. Not through multiple cone types like us, but through the physics of how light bends through their strange pupils. In other words, they might see color through a mechanism that has never existed in any other known creature. That's what makes octopuses feel alien. It's not just one weird thing, it's the whole package. Their intelligence evolved completely independently from ours. Vertebrate intelligence, our kind, runs through a lineage of fish, reptiles, mammals. Social creatures long-lived with parents who teach offspring. Octopuses got none of that. They're mostly solitary. They live fast and die young. Most species survive only 1 to 2 years. They don't learn from parents because the parents are already dead by the time the eggs hatch. Whatever they know, they figured out alone. And they still figured out a lot. There's a famous experiment where an octopus was shown a jar with a crab inside. Sealed tight, the octopus had never seen a jar before. Within minutes, it had unscrewed the lid, not by brute force, by systematically testing directions until it found the right one. In another study, octopuses were given Lego bricks with no food involved. No reward, they just played with them, repeatedly, picking them up, rearranging them, exploring them out of what looked like pure curiosity. Curiosity. In an animal with a 2-year lifespan and no social group to impress. What does that even mean about intelligence? About why minds develop the way they do? We tend to think intelligence is something that builds up over generations. Passed down, refined through culture and communication. But octopuses show that a mind can bootstrap itself from almost nothing, no teachers, no community, no survival manual, and still arrive at something that looks remarkably like cleverness. Different hardware, different history, different world, same result. If we ever do find intelligent life somewhere else in the universe, scientists genuinely think studying octopuses is one of our best ways to prepare for it. Because they're proof that intelligence is not a straight line. It doesn't require our biology, our social structure, or our evolutionary path. It just requires the right kind of pressure and enough time. And somewhere in the deep, there's a creature with 9 brains, colorblind eyes that somehow see color, arms that think for themselves, and a lifespan shorter than most people's gym memberships, that has already figured out how to open your locked fridge if you gave it the chance. That's not scary, that's just humbling. Because if the ocean could build that with 2 years and no guidance, imagine what else is out there.